Hey guys, Tonester back. I just wanted to show you another ace tanker we've got today in the T-34-3. I want to, before I do anything, let's shout out Combat Ineffective, who actually came up with a fix for my problem, and maybe it will help some of you guys if you're having trouble as far as replays go. You can use the 64-bit version, which is in the World of Tanks 64 X64 folder, and that has worked for me. And so what I've done is I've actually just drug the replay over to that exe file, and that seems to allow me to play replays that I couldn't otherwise play. So thank you very much, Combat. Really appreciate the help with that, and it's going to allow me to replay some of the replays I've got. I've got one from Zach the Miscreant, and we're going to go ahead and record that as well, and we'll get that put up on the channel. So I've got a total of at least 3 replays for you guys, including this one. And what I noticed in this game, basically, is that we had no scout. And because we have no scout, I've decided I'm going to scout instead. And so this is going to be a bushwanking game. And so Combat made a suggestion, Combat's my twin brother. We grew up together, of course, and we play tanks together. I've got him interested in tanks, but he had a suggestion that maybe I give you guys some info on this tank because I enjoy playing it so much that this is my tryhard tank. I will say that. It is my tryhard tank, and you are going to see why. I am working on my 6th skill on this tank. So as you can see, I'll just let you guys watch this play in the background as I just rack up some spotting damage. But the thing about this tank is that I've got it set up with a kind of oddly. Normally, the view range on it's 444 meters, which is not fantastic, right? But there's reasons for that, and that's what we're going to get into. It's got a 30% camo crew, and with the bush that I'm in, that's probably a 25% bush is my guess. I've got 55% camo, so you'd have to get within 200 meters if you had the full view range to spot me in this bush. So I'm fairly safe here once I moved into position. As long as I don't move, I lose about 7% camo when I move because I'm only at 23% camo moving. But even that's pretty good when you think about it for a big meaty Russian tank. So the skills that I've got on this thing, of course, are BIA, and I've got a full concealment crew. I've got a full repair crew, and I've got a firefighting crew that is completely full except for the commander, who's at 7%. He's the only guy that I don't have a full firefighting crew, and that's part of the reason that I run food on this, because I do have such a skilled crew on it, because it does catch on fire. If you get hit frontally in the lower plate, you're going to catch on fire quite often. So I've got Sixth Sense, of course. I've got Recon, which helps with view range. It gives you 3% more view range. I've got Situational Awareness, which I believe gives us 6% more view range, as this T-28 is driving out in the middle of the field, and he's starting to get close to me, and I'm hoping that he does not get too close, because he's getting close to that 200 meters. But part of the issue with that is that he's on the move, and any guy that is going to cross the open field like that probably does not have full view range. He probably has a poor crew, and he probably has binos, would be my guess. So we pick up, that's 2,600 assists so far. I also have Smooth Ride and Snapshot, because this thing is terrible as far as its gun dispersion on the move. So, and I've got safe stowage. So that's kind of how my crew is set up as this T-32 pulls out and gets spotted. Because it's a try-hard vehicle, I run vertical stabilizers, but I run to help with that terrible dispersion. Basically, it's my my circle reticle gets huge if I move. I almost decided to move there, but I decided I'm going to wait for this SU-130 PM to take some damage. So I run an improved rammer, which gives me 12.5% instead of 10% on the reload. I also run an improved vents, which gives you 7.5%. If you're going to get Bond equipment, that's the best piece to get because it gives you a 50% increase, as opposed to most of them only give you 25% increase. So we're getting ready to move here, but and then we of course run food on this. So all that is to say, this thing is a try-hard tank, and the reason I don't have full view range is I want to get that DPM up as high as I can get it. And right now it's at right under 2300 DPM with a huge meaty 390 Alpha gun that has 186 pen on its standard rounds and 250 on its gold rounds. And you can't discount the HE rounds on this because they have 61 millimeters of pen. And not only that, but they do 530 average damage. They are nothing to joke about. So now I'm pinging the map and letting everybody know I'm going to pull up here and I'm going to try and get these guys spotted. And that's exactly what we do. Because you notice we've won the hill, and that is the reason that I've made the decision to push up, right? Because we've won the hill already. And at this point, I'm willing to take the hit because I know I've got 4,700 assist, and I know that we've won the match. Now, I have no problem poking on this SU-130 PM for two reasons. One, he's in the wide open, right? And the second reason I have no problem poking on him is the turret on this thing is insane. It is... right next to the gun, it gets down to about 200 millimeters. But as we bounce a side turret shot from the Lancin, or I guess maybe that went off the tracks. But other than that, it runs up to like 400 to 450 millimeters. And in most places, it's over 300. So I will poke tier 9 TDs in this thing all day long. Because unless they're aiming really well, unfortunately, we bounce the Lancin. But they're going to miss. So anyways, it's just this game was really all about figuring out that we had no light tanks and playing the light tank game. We ended up with 2,200 damage and 5,200 assists. Let's go ahead and look at the after action report on this. Okay, here we are at the after action. As I said, it's an ace tanker. We also got a patrol duty, which is unusual in this tank, but because I read the teams a lot, I think I have a few of them. I'd have to go look. 125,000 credits. Now, this was during the Christmas festivities, so there's some bonus there I'll show you. But even still, that's without a premium account. 2,900, almost 3,000 XP and 3 bonds. And that's for our, let's see, 1,412 base XP with 3 kills. So shots fired 8. We didn't shoot a lot this game, but we hit 7 out of 8 and penned 6 out of 8, which is kind of standard for this tank because it doesn't have high pen and the gun is derpy. 0.38 accuracy even with all of my upgrades. So 5,224 assist, which we talked about. Even with a standard account, we would have made probably, 75,000 to 80,000 credits, without a premium account. So it pays to read your teams, folks, because if you're shy on silver, this is a way to get it, is to read the teams, get into a position where you can spot and just stay there and play patiently. So again, this was during Christmas, 1,412 base XP and bonus for premium, plus it was a 2 times, so we ended up with almost 3,000 XP, which is great because it helps my crew. When you get to the 6th skill, it takes a while to get any percentage on that, and then also some free XP, which we obviously enjoy because we use on other tanks. So I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned to the channel. I will be putting up some more content. Zach is probably my next video, and we will talk to you later. Tonester out.